Okay, various dimensions continue to trail the feud between the Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki and his estranged deputy Shaibu. The State Commissioner for Communications and Orientation, Chris Nehikhare, said the interruption by Shaibu and his media team at a colloquium in Benin was a deliberate action orchestrated to embarrass Governor Obaseki. What is the meaning of this?
You see, when you think you have seen it all, then it will turn to yam pepper scatter scatter, the one we literally call Ishu Atayonyon in Yoruba. Last week it was the security details of the governor stopping the deputy governor from having a conversation or having a handshake with his principal, the governor.
In public.
In public. I mean, you see, I think Obaseki should be careful. He has just about 1 more year more to go. And if God says Shaibu will become governor in that state, nothing will stop it. But Shaibu too should be willing to live with whatever consequences of what he gets from this thing that is happening, because he was the one that supported Obaseki.
Okay,
I mean,
so the security man prevented him
yes.
from seeing the governor?
So
just told him that no, you can't
yes.
approach the governor.
And Obaseki was looking at him. Look, he was pretending to not to see what is happening, you know. So, but he is also bent on is also bent on causing some uproar. Now, Obaseki, being the governor, said it was Shuaibu's media aides that leaked that embarrassing moment into the media. So that's why he sacked all the media aides of Shuaibu, saying that anytime you need media coverage, you apply to the Ministry of Information. So I don't understand. You know, so it's very funny, but we all see where this will lead to. It's a function of who succeeds Obaseki in 2024.
Before we even talk about 2024, the office of the deputy governor, the way Shaibu is being treated, and the way they are going about this feud, and if people look at it, it's not about the individuals now. There will be a person, you know, that will be seated. There will be people that will be seated on that same position, and this is the bad precedent.
Yes, it is, but it's just quite funny. I wonder what Governor Obaseki and his media handlers think we are. That we are just morons. 230 million Nigeria, we are just morons that we just push out. In fact, I personally thought that Obaseki should be sacking his media aides, not that of the deputy, because they are not covering him well. This is not media management. This is not public relations that some of us read. So,
the governor will get embarrassed.
I said the man, they are embarrassing. He is embarrassing himself. And let me. And do you know what is happening? Let me tell you. Do you know what's happening? He's turning his deputy to a villain, and that is what's happening. He's winning. The guy is winning more sympathy, and that is what is going on. And about making him more popular as well, because this same thing played out when Obaseki had problem with Oshomole and he was to contest.
Yeah.
And he was not given the ticket by APC. Part of the reason why he won was because of the fact that he now was able to go so much sympathy with the people. It's not because of nobody knew Obaseki now. Nobody knew Obaseki. Obaseki is not a politician. It's just a technocrat that was brought into government by Adams Oshomole to handle part of his economic team.
Yeah.
He has no structure. Whatever structure he used was that of Oshomole and also Shuaibu. He never had a structure. So for him to be doing all this, it's so childish. And it has gone to the point now, what they are now calling Obaseki is emperor. They are turning to, maybe he wants to talk to another local bongo, Ali Bongo, who was just as today or thereabout. It is quite unfortunate. And they expected somebody like him, because this is a man I have, is one of the governors I have so much respect for in the past. Because when you see him talk, when you talk about economic issues, there was a time he raised fundamental issues about economy. You remember vividly.
Yeah.
And after some months, it happened.
When he challenged that printing money.
Exactly. Yeah. Even during the political, he was talking about P2B and the kind of the popularity was good. And he always got it right. But this is not covering him in good ropes. And I hope that he'll be able to retrace his steps and allow the man be.
So we're going to take this break. When we come back, we'll continue with the Edo State crisis.
In today's world, our lifestyle, both at work and at play, depends on connectivity. Our connectivity depends on the devices that make it possible, and these devices depend on electric power. When power fails, our life shrinks, our work drops, and our joy dips. JRB Solar Energy Systems are here to ensure that we enjoy uninterruptible power, uninterruptible joy. Whether you're running a business, an institution, or just a home you return daily to rest, JRB has got you covered. No project is too big for our super digital inverters, long-lasting batteries, and efficient solar panels. Go. Dream on. Change your world. JRB solar inverters, batteries, solar panels, solar streetlights, and more. Telephone 0906 752 1111. Email sales@jrbsolar.com. With JRB, the sun's gonna shine on everything you do.
Thank you for staying with us. This is Journalist Hangout. BKO, Governor Obaseki and his deputy, Philip Shuaibu. What do you make of this old drama?
It's that is the cruel nature of the Edo State governor being brought to the fore once again. This is a governor who famously worked with less than 10 House of Assembly members, and he used the judiciary to ensure that they did not find their way back into the assembly. He organized a midnight election of speaker, which eventually snookered a good number of them who were not there. He did that because he felt that if he didn't do it, somebody loyal to Shomole will emerge as the Speaker of the State Assembly, and he didn't want to see that happen. He pressed on for 4 good years with less than 10 men as House of Assembly members. That way, he set a record for cruelty as a governor. I simply can't put anything beyond him at this stage. And the deputy governor apparently angered him by rushing to a court in Abuja to restrain the assembly from impeaching him. Now, he's doing everything possible to embarrass the deputy governor, reduce the office of the deputy governor to nothing. I'll be happy to see our constitution amended to give specific roles to deputy governors, because treating deputy governors in this manner is just terrible. You cannot, it's a joint ticket. When you win, sometimes we've seen even deputy governors more popular than their principals win election because of their efforts. But the way it is now, Obaseki is treating Shaibu like a sweet wrap on the floor, like a totally insignificant fellow. I mean, if you are saying, look at what one of his aides was saying. We know the deputy governor is ambitious and wants to be the governor. Good luck to him. No one is stopping him. but you do not bring your house down to feed your ego. How has he brought the house down? If you have no plan to impeach him, it shouldn't bother you that he went to court to try and get the court to save him from impeachment. Maybe you have said there is no plan. The speaker said there is no plan to impeach him. The governor said there is no plan to impeach him. So what is the issue? He tried to greet the governor at an event. Again, that is a first. I've seen governors and their deputies quarrel. But most times they try to mask it, make it look like nothing has happened. But Obaseki set a record by getting his security aides to block the deputy governor, stop him from greeting him at an event. I mean, this is extremely childish, because if he didn't greet you at an event, it will be obvious to everyone that there is crisis in Edo State. Good politicians try to mask crisis, even when to many people it is obvious. But the governor of Edo State is not a politician, is somebody who saw a situation, exploited it. Nobody knew him within the Nigeria's political firmament until Adams Oshiomhole brought him to his own regret. Adams Oshiomhole painted him like the nicest Nigerian. But in his heart now, Oshiomhole is full of regret. Oshiomhole destroyed Pastor Ize-Iyamu with his mouth in favor of Obaseki. By the time it was time for him to campaign for Ize-Iyamu, the people were not ready to listen, because the same man that you are destroyed verbally, how do you then go back to them and tell them that, oh, he is the nicest Puritan around? So this is what we are facing. Telling a deputy governor to seek permission before his activities can be reported is downright childish. And we don't know the extent to which they will go in Edo State, at the rate they are going. No one knows the extent to which they will go. Because despite the fact that the deputy governor is saying, oh, I'm loyal to Governor Obaseki, is my elder brother, this and that, everyone knows that to the governor that is empty gas. He's not prepared to listen. It is how he will stop you, make you thoroughly irrelevant, make you as worthless as a sweet wrap on the floor. That is what he is bent on doing. And he has already begun to do that. If you can't greet your boss at a public event, for me, I've never seen anything like that. I've seen politicians who will hug themselves, but the next moment, they are plotting evil against one another. They try to hide it in public. They try to give the feeling that all is well. I saw Baba Olusola Saraki pretend that all was well with Adamu Atta, with the then president, Shehu Shagari, all of them, he raised up his hand. But what did we see? Ahead of the election, they told these people they should not vote for Adamu Atta, because despite the show that they put up at the Kwara Stadium on that day, Baba Olusola Saraki knew in his heart that he would not want him to get a second term. And he made sure he didn't get a second term. But in public, he pretended that all is well. But Obaseki, who is not a politician, in public, he just wanted to greet him, just to greet, to say, sir, how are you, sir? How are you doing, sir? He got security men to disgrace his deputy. He got security men to stop the deputy from greeting him. He's the only one who knows what he wants to gain with this kind of behavior. I mean, governance should not be reduced to this level. Something is really happening in Edo State, and it's a matter of thorough shame.
Okay, we'll continue monitoring the drama in Edo State between the governor and the deputy governor as it unfolds. Now,